Welcome to episode 3 of Growing Super Hot Pepper Seedlings. That's episode 3. Please subscribe if you're following this. I'm putting one of these out about once every day or so. And it's basically a vlog showing my experiences growing super hot peppers. Here, I began this on January 3rd, and today is January 19th, 2017. So a lot has happened in just a little over 2.5 weeks since I began this YouTube channel. Anyways, we're going to go left to right. Pod group 1, 2, and 3. This is what it looks like today. If you remember correct, this pod grouping 2 is mostly ghost peppers. And over here is pod grouping 1. Pod grouping 1 has these two here. These are Moruga Scorpions originals. 7 pod Douglow. Those are there. This row is ghosts. And yeah, this row here is ghost. We have a Carolina Reaper chocolate, Trinidad Scorpion sweet, and another Trinidad Scorpion sweet. Pod grouping 3 were mainly ones that I pulled out of the using the wet paper towel method. If they sprouted, then I immediately sowed them and had good success with those. Whereas these ghost peppers here, in this grouping, I sowed directly without making sure they sprouted in the paper towels. So I've had a lot of good luck with this. This is the last of the, I started this one first, second, third, obviously, and so this third is doing really good for its age. In other words, this is a Carolina Reaper. I planted it on the 14th. I sowed it as a little seed on the 14th. Today is the 19th. It's already gotten this big in 5 days. It's Carolina Reaper here. These two are in here. Sometimes I put 2 in a pod, or 3 even. These 2 Carolina Reapers, they sprouted in the paper towel method on January 3rd. Today is the 19th. So that's what they look like 16 days after they were sown into the soil. Here's some Carolina Reaper chocolate, and those were planted on the 10th of January. Today is again the 19th, so it's been a little over almost a week and a half since I put those seeds in the soil, to give you an idea of how big they get once they start to sprout in the paper towels and you put them in the soil. Again, I have all these under domes, and I like to keep them pretty moist because the temperature in the domes is around 85, 86 degrees, so the moisture from in these pods evaporates pretty quickly and condenses on the top of the domes. And as you can see, number 2 here in the middle is a little bit dry on the top. That's not bad. They can take that kind of thing. Peppers are pretty hardy actually when the soil is somewhat dry. But since they're seedlings, I'd like to keep the soil moist. And so I'll water this one tonight to keep the moisture level about the same as I have in these 2. But yeah, typically every day or maybe every other day I'll water all these down to the moisture you see on the left and the right. And within a day or two they can get this dry if you don't water them. Alright, this pot grouping 1. I see one of these. This is the Moruga Scorpion original variety, Trinidad Moruga Scorpion. It just popped through the soil today. I planted it on the 16th. Today's the 19th, so it's been only 3 days. When I sowed it, it had a little tiny sprout on the seedling from the paper towel wet paper towel method. So I'll go ahead and mark this out as having sprouted. And the way I do it, this thing, I'll show it with the box around it. Just to reiterate, when I map these out, as I put them in these individual pods, this Moruga scorpion is obviously this, just in case you've missed other episodes. It's this one right here. And when I map it out, I say how many seeds were put in there. And that particular one, I put 1 seed in. And it was also give it a date. The sow date, the date the seed was actually planted in the soil. So this is not too bad for only being in the soil for 3 days. And okay, that was in the soil for 3 days. And then this has been in the soil 6 days. So that's about what it looks like after 6 days in the soil. As a comparison, this one in the middle is a Moruga scorpion. This was planted on December 21st. Today is the 19th of December, so it is just shy of 30 days, almost a month. And so that gives you an idea of how they progress. This is the group of cupped seeds, or cupped seedlings, that I've put under the LED light that has a temperature probe that's keeping thermostatically controlling the temperature inside the dome when the dome is on. Right now it is 87.6 in here in the soil where the probe is located. So that's an average soil temperature. If it's 87.2 in here, it's probably pretty close to that in here and in here as well. So that's not a bad temperature. Now this one here is getting a little dry on the top. Yeah, I might water that. The roots on these are getting a little bigger, and I would anticipate the roots probably have gotten almost to the bottom of the cup. So instead of when they get to about this big, instead of watering them from the top, what I do is I'll put water in the base in the tray down here. And there's holes in each one of these cups, so it'll suck up the soil. It'll suck up the water in through the cup, through the bottom, and get to the roots. That is when I would like, ideally I would like to see the tops of these seedling cups, the soil, to be about this dry. So maybe I'm not going to water this. This is not a bad moisture, just looking at that soil. So what I'm shooting for is the tops of these the soil in the cups to be somewhat dry, and them ideally getting all their water from below up through the bottom of the cup and into the roots. And just to reiterate, the way this is being heated is not by the LED light, because the LED light puts off no heat. Basically, I am using a electric germinating mat, which is under here, to keep the heat out there. Well, that's all for this episode 3 on January 19, 2017. Please subscribe. It would really help motivate me. I am really appreciating the subscribers I've gotten so far, and it's sort of it's nice. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.